Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to discuss seals and talismans. Many of the religious figures and famous people have been said to use these. Some of the people would be Solomon in the Old Testament, Aaron, Moses. There's quite a few books out. There's the 6th and 7th book of Moses, and then there's like an 8th and 9th book that are very coveted, and then there is 2 by Solomon, and in them you will find a variety of seals and instructions for each of them. So I'm just going to explain a simple method of using them, and almost anything you use, you can adapt it to your own personal liking. So what you'll need is a pen, which you want to use this type of pen because you're going to be using inks. It depends on which type of seal you're using, and that the seal that you select will have a direct correlation to what you intend to use it for. So the inks are Dove's ink, Dove's blood ink, bat blood ink, and dragon blood ink. They really don't have blood in them. It's a red ink, but it is believed, as with all the other items, they have undergone some type of consecration or prayer to infuse them with energy for the intent that you want to use them for. So seals normally come similar to this. I just printed these up, but they're normally, the ink is normally red to signify blood. So this is how they come on parchment paper. And like I said, there are quite a few books out there, but this one is by Anna Riva. So it has a pretty good, it also, the way that they're numbered, they tend to be numbered, have small letter and number on them, and they will correlate with the seals that and the pentacles that are used in the book that Solomon is said to have penned. It's I think a Latin, and I don't know a Latin, but I think it's something like clavicus, Salamus, or something like that. It is full, as I said, of, these are called pentacles because they're round, but they're full of pentacles, seals, and instructions. Now, this is the normal. I wanted to show you these. A lot of people use these for good luck. These are planetary. They have different numbers that, when added across or down, add up to a certain amount. Then there's symbolic, symbols that are used for the planets themselves. These are other squares which are considered magical. I'm not going to delve into all of their uses, but you can, if you pick up this book or the one said to have been penned by Solomon, there are a lot of instructions in there. Some are a little shaky, a little confusing, but for the most part, you get the gist of it, and just curtail it and personalize it. These are more, as you can see, these are astrological signs of the zodiac. These are elemental signs. Depends on what you're doing. They will be quite useful for you. These are some of the Egyptian symbols. They have been very popular at different times. One of my favorites is the Eye of Horus, and I'll show you how I generally use that. These are some other ones, a magical candlestick. And a lot of these come out of the book. The square ones normally come out of the books of Moses. Also, Benjamin Franklin was said to have used the magic squares. These are some other magic squares. Some of these use numbers. And these are, it depends. These are some for Chinese. These are some for voodoo religion. And what you find is what you use, what has been used in these squares or the talisman or seals or symbols that have been held as sacred or important to in some manner. So here are some of the pentacles that you can purchase, and these generally come with a cord where you can wear them around your neck. But what I have done is changed it because I've used them for different things. Sometimes I use these for a pendulum. As you can see, I put a clasp on it. I have one similar to this. This is from Solomon that I normally use for my candles. And you can put these on a keychain, but they're different. It's smooth on one side, and but you can carry these as luck charms. What I did do, because these are so small, you see how small these are, I made a pair of earrings out of these. Using natural minerals, stones. So you can use these and adapt them for whatever method you want. Now, in making your own seal, it's just get some paper. This is parchment paper. This is the norm. And what I would say to do is sketch it lightly in pencil. Then come in and trace over it. I always got to get this just right. I need an inkwell for these. But this is all you're going to do once the ink starts flowing in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. But what I would suggest you do is once you finish drawing in the symbol, allow the ink to dry completely. Do not be impatient, but allow the ink to dry completely, and then you can erase the pencil mark. Now, I always personalize this eye. It's a symbol that I was given some time ago, and so I always personalize it. Now, you can make your own. This is one thing I like to do. It's 8 points. Doesn't have to be extremely straight lines, but I like my lines to be somewhat correct. So instead of making 8 individual lines, I make those. And then you can go back. If I'm using this for money, I'll go back and put dollar signs or whatever the symbol, depends on your country. I do a lot of internet business, and so I may put the dollar signs on that top one, euros there. You can put pounds, anything that you would like, but I tend to keep the same symbol there. and then I will let that dry. What you will do, once it dries, you can write a petition or a prayer on the back, a request for assistance. Say if this is for, you're trying to find money, then you would write that on the back. I've also seen people use one, say, lucky. I'm not so great at this. 4-leaf clover. A 4-leaf clover tends to look like hearts. It doesn't really look like, this is not really big either. They look like heart-shaped petals. And then you can put the dollar signs in here. You can request a certain amount if you're going to use this. And that can be considered a lucky charm or a lucky talisman. If you are playing games of chance or just going for a job interview, you would write what you need help in on the back of there. Now, what some people do, let me cap this up so I do not make a big mess. This is almost dry. What some people do, because people tend to carry a lot of guilt around. So it's best that when you get ready to work with one of these seals or talisman, you consecrate yourself by either bathing, taking a spiritual bath to cleanse yourself, cleanse your body, your thoughts, your spirit. Some people repent. Some people go on a fast. Maybe they fast for a day or two or what have you, and then they come in. Then you come in and draw your symbol. Don't work with the talisman or the seal until after you've taken a ritual bath for cleansing. Once you have done that, you've drawn your seal, you've written your request on the back, then you can either place it under a candle or you can place it on your altar, or you can carry it on your person. Normally when you're trying to receive something, you place it on the left side of you. If you want to portray something or exude a particular aura about yourself, you will place it on your right side. That is for right-handed people. Your power side is whatever side you write with. If you're right-handed, your power side is your right, and your receiving side would be your left. If you're left-handed, your power side would be your left, and your receiving side would be your right. And so sometimes that is really important in what you're trying to do. So the main thing with these is faith. Take your consecrating bath first, draw your talisman. Use one out the book or draw one of your own. Another talisman could just be a dollar sign. All the ink is out now, but it can just be just a dollar sign or a sign for your currency of your country. And then write your request on the back. You can also use like a sacred passage. That would be something from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. And these work whether you're Christian, Kabbalist, Wiccan, it doesn't matter. You can use these. But you would use a symbol that you hold dear or you hold sacred. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.